Hello and welcome back to chapter 16 of this Karl Franz saga. This is Fireside Improv, and the Emperor is finally in full force launching his invasion to push back Vlad von Karstein and the vampires. Daedric's task is to march against the undead from the far, far south that have come up into the Empire for unknown purposes. Theoretically, it is to push back vampires that they really hate and hunt them down. The Emperor is going to try to see if he can make some sort of deal with them to take the settlements peacefully.
Keep your head bowed. Do not look upon my bandaged majesty.
Does appear that it will be absolutely impossible. The Emperor is going to go ahead and threaten them, see if it might work. It doesn't, and they are now at war, and he will have to take them by force. The flip side of this is that Clan Angrun of the Dwarves have decided that they do not like that this war has been called. Maybe they are already having their hands full with the wars they already have. Maybe they just don't like the theoretical belligerence of the Emperor, even though it's his own territory. But as it's happening, the Dwarves are not proving to be particularly strong or friendly allies to him. Either they are breaking treaties or they are getting run over. He is having second thoughts about whether or not they are the allies for him.
Now? Yes, a sound plan. What does the Emperor bid? By Sigma's right.
While Daedric goes after
to unite the
Weissenland,
provinces.
the Emperor is going after Flensburg.
No peace, just war.
Beligar Ironhammer of Clan Angrun continues to antagonize the Emperor by ending their military access pacts. The relations between their proud peoples are deteriorating quickly. The Fey Enchantress has marched all the way up to Fort Bergriz to attack the Empire. The Empire has some soldiers that they are able to call upon, so the Emperor does call up a general, Wolfram Allenstag,
To strengthen
hold
the Empire,
Fort Bergriz.
raise Sigma.
He allows him some coin in order to recruit some of the Elector Count's state troops to help hold the fort, as well as the Tattersouls. Hopefully with those elite soldiers, the fort will be able to be held against the Fey Enchantress and her chaff of peasants. Further south, Daedric is able to attack Dottenbach. Whoever these southern skeletons and undead are, they do not put much emphasis on holding the territory that they claim, and Daedric is easily able to wipe them out and take the city. Further north, Emperor Karl Franz is able to reach Flensburg and is able to take it back as well. There is a lot of corruption in the lands They have worked hard to find ways to deal with that corruption. They are going to sit back for a little bit to help heal the land against that vampiric corruption. The Fey Enchantress does launch her attack against Fort Bergbris with the additional soldiers of Wolfram and Wolfram himself. It is a battle they should be able to hold. The Green Knight, legendary warrior of the Bretonnians, has been spotted on the field of battle. The hearts of the Empire's soldiers quake at the sight. They know the legends as well as anyone else. The Bretonnians also bring allies of elves to the fields. It's not simply men of Bretonnia that they fight, but legends and elves as well. The Bretonnians launch their attack quickly, running up to the walls with everything they have, while the Green Knight batters down the gates. The men of the Empire can hear the thump, thump, thump of the gates as the Green Knight batters at them. The magics of the Fey Enchantress continues to attack on top of the walls to try to break the hearts and will to fight the defenders, but they fight on. The gates are down and Fey Enchantress rides forward to challenge the defenders of the Empire. While the fight on the walls go well, the fact that there are cavalry streaming into the city does not bode well.
Enemy wizard spotted! Crossbows ready, General! We are Sigmar's heirs! Spearmen! Swordsmen! For the Warhammer! Now! The Empire endures! Halberdiers! Quickly! To battle! War! We obey! Moving now! Take the ground! Sigmar preserve us! Go! For Heldenhammer!
With the mobile cavalry having gotten in, fighting breaks out across the entire city as the Empire forces attempt to isolate them and cut them down so that they cannot spread too far.
For the lady! Die, Breton! Ulrich! See to it! By Ulrich's wrath! By Ulrich's wrath! To battle! Yes, sir! Quickly! Swordsman! Pull him off the horse!
The Fey Enchantress flees the fields, leaving only the Green Knight remaining. The fabled warrior refuses to leave the field of battle now that he has been committed. If he can, he will try to win the day all on his own. Alas, the Green Knight is finally slain, and the day is won. There's a standing order to kill all captives after a battle from the Emperor, but Wolfram just cannot bring himself to execute fellow humans, and he does pardon the captives, for a small fee, of course, that he will send back to the Emperor as tribute. For Wolfram's successful defense against the Fey Enchantress, the Emperor is going to grant him the seat of Nuln as the Elector Count, and despite his defeat against the vampires, Balthazar Gelt is being given back the seat of Solend for serving the Emperor bravely.
What does the Emperor bid?
Theodric is going to continue to march on against Wissenberg. There is no time to delay, as the forces of the vampires are currently distracted somewhere in the east, and lands are open for the taking. The Emperor is going to start pushing forward a little bit as well. He wants to remain
I am Franz. They will
in these territories to help purge the land of their sickness. Already the land is starting to heal. Some green is returning. The grip of death is receding. Belegar Ironhammer has now ended a trade agreement with the Emperor. Step by step, they are turning from friends into potential foes. Bernhard von Karstein has reinforced the city of Averheim. The Emperor does not have enough forces in order to take it alone, so Ralph Koch is being called upon to reinforce
Champion of the faith.
so that they can take the city.
It shall be done.
Meanwhile, Theodric is going to finish the reconquest of Wissenland as they will take Wissenberg. The defenders are again no match for them.
ready.
Demons. Demons are coming out of the north to invade the Empire. Another new threat for the Emperor to have to pivot and defend against. Part of Kislev has already fallen to this demonic invasion. And now it's time for the Emperor to hold them off. With the word of the demonic invasion coming down from the north, the Emperor orders Balthazar Gelt to make the trip up to the frigid north to help to reinforce Nordland and Ostland against any potential invasions. Back in the south, Bernhard von Karstein has abandoned the city of Averheim. He's close enough to reinforce, though, so the Emperor doesn't want to attack just yet and leave his flank exposed to the army coming back down and potentially surrounding him. So he's going to hold on for a little bit longer for Ralph Koch to join him. Theodric is going to hold his position for a little while longer to try to help the province of Wissenland to recover just a bit more. The Skaven have reappeared to attack Fort Sol once again. It's unknown why they didn't take the settlement the last time they launched this invasion. Perhaps they were just testing the defensive capabilities of the Empire before coming back in greater force. However, they are coming with even fewer forces, so perhaps that's not the case. The Skaven march forward with their great beasts of war, mutated, twisted beyond recognition, in order to batter down the gates. The defenders decide to put their forces split. Their infantry is going to hold the right side of this walls, while the ranged gunners and crossbows help to hold the left side.
Yes, that is Ulrich's trick.
The walls are reached, allowing the Skaven to enter the city if they so choose. The gates have also fallen, and the brave soldiers of the Empire are trying to stand firm against the monstrosities that are coming within.
Yes, my lord! Fire! Great swords! Ready for war! Halberdiers! Ready! For the Emperor! Go! For Heldenhammer! Charge! Withdraw! Prepare for combat! Halberdiers! Attack! Missiles at the ready! At speed! Our steeds are restless! The Empire endures! Yes, sir! Take the ground! Quick march! Withdraw! For Heldenhammer!
Empire cavalry stream out of the city in order to counterattack to take out the machines of war that keep pummeling the city. Most of the rats have been defeated, but the remaining Lord and monstrosities are proving a challenge for the men of the Empire. Without a great leader of their own, they are having a hugely difficult task before them to eliminate the remaining threats. As soon as they see what they're up against, the men of the Empire lose heart and begin to flee. And the Empire is ultimately defeated. Fort Sol has fallen to the Skaven for a second time. This time, Fort Sol is razed to the ground. The Skaven still don't take the fort for themselves, but they have opened up the path into the rest of the Empire. Further north, Bernhard von Karstein made the curious decision to march between Ralph Koch and the Emperor, where he can be easily eradicated.
Attack!
Perhaps it's just a way to get them out of the way so they can't take Averheim and buy some time. But Isabella von Karstein is with this army, and she is more clever than that. There is some diabolical plan that must be in play. Regardless, the Emperor is taking the bait and is going to eradicate this army. The Emperor uses his Hellstrom rocket batteries to rain terror down on the undead forces, but perhaps not terror, that is not quite the right word, as they do not feel terror, to rain down destruction upon the enemy. With the rockets coming down on their forces, Isabella and the other vampires do march forward with their undead hosts, and they take a lot of damage in the process. It is unlikely that they will be able to stand against the Emperor, who is not even going to wait for his reinforcements before engaging.
The Empire endures! Formation, march! Sigmar guides us! Beware the whistle! Take their heads! Live!
Push back the Emperor through their magics, but he stands firm. His men take heart in the fact that the best that the vampire has to have to throw at him does not give him even the faintest bit of doubt. The zombie hordes push forward against the Empire lines. Normally this would be a terrorizing experience, but seeing their Emperor standing firm and bolts piercing the rotting flesh of the zombies, the front line of the Empire takes heart and stands firm.
Just got back holds! Karl Franz! Quick march! By Ulrich's rock!
The only thing on the battlefield that causes the men of the Empire to lose heart is Isabella von Karstein, who does cause terror wherever she walks. She invokes great magics against the Emperor in the hope that they will be able to bring him down. But all it does is incur his wrath to seek her out on the fields and put an end .
Smash them aside!
Isabella von Karstein is defeated, and the magic sustaining the forces collapses, and the life is again snuffed out of the corpses. With victory over Isabella von Karstein, the path to Averheim has opened up, and once that city falls, it will open all the further to push right back into the heart of Sylvania. And yet, a threat looms in the mountains as the dwarves are not proving to be reliable allies. They have an army sitting below the walls of Averheim already, and if they prove to take the city, it may be that the Emperor will have to attack his old allies in order to make sure that the Empire is in Empire hands.